Hey guys, Steve Maeda from thesexuallife.com, and we are actually making a special exclusive training video for you, which is covering one of the baseline beliefs to what you're going to be learning in the Sexual Life Online. Sexual Life Online is a course, which is a 3-month course that's going to basically completely transform your life. It will work on paths of your life that not just allow you to live the best social and sexual life, but you'll truly become an integrated man, an authentic man, living the life that you always wanted to live and are meant to live. But in order to do that, we have to have different ways of learning. And that's actually what we're going to discuss in this video, which is the progressive learning system. A little bit of a different way of learning things that you can apply to anything. So whatever technique you're learning, whatever level of mastery that you're trying to move towards, whether that's in fitness and diet and martial arts, or even working on your mental acuity, it can be applied to that, not just dating and seduction. So that how you do one thing will truly be how you do everything. It's an important thing. So also with the Sexual Life Online, there's a contest that we're having that you got to enroll by July 15th, and that contest will actually be for the World Pass Adventure. On October 20th, 2012, we're going to be announcing the winner of the Sexual Life Online, and that winner will actually win a ticket, a 10-day ticket to travel with me around the world. And I know that person's going to be a cool person, because in order to win, you've had to have progressed the most and improved the most in these 4 categories that we're going to be focusing on in order to completely change your life with the Sexual Life Online. That's 1, live the best social sexual life, improve the most with your health and fitness, also improve the most with your mentality, your mental focus, your drive, your outlook, your new perspective on life, and also to progress the most with your personal goals. Now those things are all going to be unique to the individual student and client. So it's pretty important. For instance, somebody's best sexual life might be having a lot of women, and other people's might be having a relationship. Some people's personal goals might be buying a house. Other people's might be living a larger-than-life lifestyle and traveling all around the world. But those things will all be determined by 4 judges who are former alumni of mine who have excelled in all 4 categories of those lives and present a pretty big diversity. So let's actually get to this progressive learning system and to show you a different way of learning, a different way to look at a different approach at how you're actually going to achieve mastery that affects your entire life. Important stuff. So basically what we have here is a triangle. Everybody's familiar with that. And we have identity here. We have situations, people, also ways to apply right here in this corner. And right here, there's actually technique. Now, as you can see, there's arrows moving in this direction. Now, most of the time when we're learning something, whether it be in self-help or dating and seduction or any point of change, a lot of times people focus, number 1, on the technique. Don't get me wrong, technique is very important, and it's something that you're going to have to learn. It's the systems and the actions that allow you a focused path that's going in the right direction. And hey, look, it's the stability and backbone of many different learning systems. However, there's always been something more to it. When we start out learning technique, and you could take, for instance, there's lots of different self-help programs or maybe weightlifting programs, dietary programs that only focus on this. For instance, if you were to take mystery method, for example, the age-old staple of the dating and seduction industry, we take that and it's all based on technique. It's all based on gaining value, nagging, teasing, doing false time constraints, all that sort of stuff, which hopefully you've actually forgotten at this point. And then we take those techniques, and because those techniques are so powerful, so rigid, so written in specific ways, we then apply them in ways where we have to find situations where they can fit, the people that they can fit with, and all sorts of crazy stuff. All right? So we start shaping the situations that we're in, the people that we're talking to, the people that we're being social with, the people that we're being sexual with, basing our goals off of this technique. All right? Now what happens there is we can start to get results for that. Those results, whether they're good or bad, feed back into our identity. And if you're not somebody that's a club guy or somebody that's a nightlife person and enjoys that sort of false celebrity lifestyle, then you're kind of living an identity which is not you. And there's a lot of stuff which can come up with that. a lot of anger that we see, a lot of discontent, a lot of people not so happy and ending up worse off than they started. Now, don't get me wrong. Technique is something which is great to look at, and it's something that we can rely on and be really, really solid with. But if we're going in this order, we actually work against ourselves and we start building a false identity. So what we're learning with the Sexual Life Online and with pretty much everything I teach is we're learning a system where we can live a complete integrated lifestyle, where we can progress truly as an evolved man, as somebody that's moving with this great force and great inertia and momentum into a feedback loop to constantly empower our identity. We start with the identity. We start with who you are. We start with what you want, what you desire, what's happened to you in the past, your beliefs, positive and negative. And we truly nurture those, examine those, we inventory those, and come up with a good look at who we are as a person. Any man that can't look himself in the eye is not a man that should be interacting with other people. So we look at that. We look at what empowers us, what hurts us, what helps us, all that fun stuff. And then we start looking at ways to apply that. How do we want to broadcast that message? How do we want to express ourselves? How do we want to put ourselves out there? What situations, what people, what environments do we want to be in? What do those look like? What do we want out of that? And we really examine those. And then we feedback right into here, and we base our technique on that. We say, how do we gain attention for that? How do we get seductive with that? How do we exchange with that? How do we create a push-pull dynamic with that? How do we create conversation based on that? How do we have relationships? How do we build our partners in life, our social circle, our sexual circles, and the people that we are intimate most with? How do we manifest techniques based on all of this? And the results of those techniques feed right back into our identity. Now, when you're working that system, which sadly isn't done enough, when you're working that system, you actually start to notice massive change happening in your life. There's no mistake why guys who complete my courses have complete life changes. We're not talking about just learning a technique to meet a girl and get to a certain point in a conversation. We're not talking about a technique of just achieving the level of sex. We're talking about achieving sexual experiences, social experiences, and build friendships and bonds and lifestyles that reflect what the ideals of what that person wants. If you want to be a guy that's having that kind of life and having that kind of lifestyle, and be proud to walk with who you are, not to have that level of doubt, not to have that level of insecurity, but be somebody that truly lives a life of freedom and is proud to be a man and proud to live a masculine lifestyle. And look, the Sexual Life Online is right for you. And you know what? If you don't win the World Pass adventure, 10-day trip with me, you're going to have an awesome experience, and I guarantee you in 3 months you're going to be a new man. So thanks for watching. Hopefully we see you there, and talk to you soon.